What is going on YouTube? Sinky's here back with another video. And today I want to talk about two specific features from the Gridiron Notes that EA posted about 2 days ago. Sorry I haven't been getting the videos out to you guys. My internet literally went to dust. I don't know what happened. We had a big old storm, so I'm a little bit behind, but to each his own. Everybody has to grind some way or another, but this video, I hope you guys take the heat because it's really interesting to me how I'm gonna put a spin on this. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So in the Gridiron Notes, right, one of the sections talked about DB lock-on mechanic. Now if you don't know what that is, it's the new lock-on mechanic which allows you to lock your user control player into man coverage behavior on a specific receiver when holding down the left bumper left L1 button on PS4. While locked on, you can steer your player relative to the leverage on the locked on receiver rather than the whole field. So this allows you to have more control over the movement of your defender. When in the lock on state, you do have to react to wide receiver cut moves within a timing window based on the player coverage ratings to stay with receivers making direction changes in route running. I bring this specific feature up because for some reason deep down EA doesn't put something in the game unless it's going to be used widely throughout the game. Do you guys think that DB lock-on mechanic is part of EA's plan for the yard? And I bring that up because you have more control over the DB than what you would have normally just playing as a user. Like, they're talking about the timing. You have to figure out, you have to react to the wide receiver cut moves. You have to move within certain direction. You have more control over the player. If that was the case, this wouldn't be a feature in the game. And I'm bringing that up, like I said before, because in the yard you essentially will have to play both ways on the field. You'll have to play either wide receiver, running back, maybe corner, DB, whatever, and you're going to be playing man coverage. It's not like you're going to be sitting in zone. I don't see why you would play zone in the yard if it is what we think it is, but to each his own. I think that was really interesting that EA put this in the Gridiron Notes, because a lot of people are going to mess up in the beginning of the game because of the adjustments that have been changed. The control adjustments. LB is no longer for the linebackers or whatever. It's RB, so that's going to really mess people up, and they're going to be on DB lock-on mechanic the entire game by accident. Also, the left trigger is still going to be celebrate, and that's going to mess me up because I was pressing it a lot in the beta. But let's move on to the second thing. The second thing they talked about was ball carrier archetype run styles. It says an additional feature of depth coming to Madden NFL 21 via the skill stick system is the concept of ball carrier archetypes that directly impact the run cycle and special moves each player will use. Here's a quick breakdown of how this works based on ratings, height, and weight. If you're an agile runner, you can turn and change direction faster, smoother, and has quickest special moves. Applies to skill position players with 80 agility or above and under 225 pounds. An example of that is Christian McCaffrey. Agile small, similar to agile but with a shorter, quicker stride length. Applies to agile skill position players who are 5'10 or below. Example, Tyreek Hill. Agile tall, similar to agile but with a longer, tall stride length. Applies to agile skill position players who are 6'2 or taller. Example, Julio Jones. And we have bruiser, slower rate of turning, takes longer to change direction, slower evasive special moves than agile players, but more powerful power moves. Applies to skill positions and linemen with less than 80 agility and over 225 pounds. Example, CJ Anderson. I don't know why they chose CJ Anderson. Bruiser quick, similar to Bruiser, but with custom animations for bigger players who have quick feet. Applies to Bruiser skill positions and linemen with a speed rating of 90 or above. Example, Derrick Henry. And Bruiser heavy, similar to Bruiser with custom animation for bigger players who don't typically carry the ball, such as offensive and defensive linemen. Applies to any Bruiser who is 290 pounds or heavier. Now, like I said, I wanted to bring this up because this can also tie into three things. It can tie into Rise to Fame, the game mode in which everyone's going to be playing to try to figure out what their player is going to be. If this player can like turn into the yard superstar that we can all use online. This applies because now we have a sense of run styles, how heavy the customization is going to be for our specific superstar players. Do you want your player to be 6'2" or taller? He then earns the run archetype of agile tall. Do you want your player to be a running back maybe? Do you want him to have a bruiser run archetype, bruiser quick? You get the quick feet, but you still can have different custom animations than your agile players. Like, a lot of this is going to take into effect when it comes to creating your player. That I believe a lot of people are going to go agile small or agile. Tyreek Hill's moves are completely different, and the way he's shifty as hell all outdoors, but he's not as small as Tariq Cohen. So their animations are going to be similar, but the way they get things done are going to be completely different. So that's a take that I wanted you guys to peep at, because this changes the game completely, especially if we get to use these things for our players for the yard. It's going to add some customization into where you have to figure out the height you want to go. You have to figure out the excuse me, you have to figure out the weight, the ratings and things like that. It's going to be cool to see how this pans out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead, drop a like, comment down in the comment section which run style, ball carrier archetype you're thinking about going with. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, man, remember to be great. I'm out.